I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to do a video for my movie and TV channel. I always do hockey videos when I get home. Hockey videos pretty much dominate my life, which is, good since I wear all the hockey gear. However, I do have this channel as well. And I want to discuss something that, occurred to me this week. Being in a new relationship, one thing that's always fun is sharing TV shows and movies that you like. When I was in the States, I picked up Don't Breathe on Blu-ray, so I'm very anxious to watch that with Yvonne and see how much fun she's going to have being scared to death. It's a very tense movie. Very tense movie. I really enjoyed it. And there's a review on here for Don't Breathe, and it's just, I go into just how great the movie is. Orphan Black. I've discussed it before. But it's funny, and season 1, the box doesn't really do it justice. Really doesn't. Tatiana Maslany, when the series started out, is Sarah playing Beth. Beth's not in it. Well, she is, but for like 2 seconds. So you have Sarah pretending to be Beth. You have Cosima. You have Allison. You have Helena. It's the big four. And she seamlessly works her way through being all four. She's in every scene in this show, minus a few. But she's in basically every scene, and she has to be a different character in every scene. And sometimes she's layered over top of herself. And there are many moments you'll watch, and you'll go, did she just tap herself on the knee? And she did. And through the work of CGI and cutting together different edits, and all the wonderful stuff they do on the show, it works. And you really believe there's more than one of her, which is all the show is asking you to believe. That there are clones, they all look like Tatiana Maslany, and that they are in danger. Somebody's killing them off, and it's a matter of why. And that's season 1. And where it really passes the test is that when I plug in an episode, I know what's going to happen. I remember it. I watched it. It's old news to me. I'm 3 seasons ahead of this one. I've watched seasons 2, 3, and 4, and I've got all 4 seasons here. But I still watch the entire episode. I still marvel at the technical skill in putting the show together. The acting by everybody. And I mean, obviously, the main lead actress is the big talking point. But everybody in the show does a really good job. There's nobody you look at and go, oh, they're not very good. Even Felix, who in the beginning, the first couple episodes, Felix is pretty hard to take. He's kind of brutal on parts. I know when they have the funeral for Sarah, Felix is just really difficult to get behind in that scene, at least for me. That one stands out. But his character rounds out nicely. And there's little interplay that he has with Sarah on the show that you believe they're brother and sister. It's adopted, but you believe they're brother and sister. There's no moment on the show where you go, I don't know. You believe they're brother and sister. They're very, very natural with one another, and you believe Mrs. S as the adoptive mother, and you have to buy these characters or the show will fail. And another smart play is that Kira could be the death of the show. Kid actors can be the death of a show, and she is not the death of the show. She's good. The show's good, and I can honestly say that I'm really looking forward to watching all the seasons back, because I thought Rachel was in it more than she is. I'm 2/3 of the way through season 1, and Rachel hasn't shown up yet. And it's like, I thought Rachel shows up before this, but now I remember Rachel shows up in the next episode that I've yet to watch. Hi, Bear. She wants my attention, apparently. But Rachel shows up in the next episode that I have to watch. So, I'm pretty stoked about that because Rachel is a character I love to hate. They tried to make Rachel somebody that you felt bad for in season 4, but then it turned out it was all a screw job. They try to make you feel bad just so she can make you angry again. And I'm not getting into details because if you haven't watched the show, you need to watch it. I've noticed that of the people I've tried to get to watch it, that women seem to enjoy it more than men. I'm surprised by that, but I haven't been able to find guys that get into it. I've numerous guys I've talked to have been like, well, I watched a couple episodes, it's not really my thing. Whereas women seem to really enjoy it, almost as much as Bear's enjoying being in my lap right now, aren't you, Bear? Yes, I know, you're a beautiful kitty. Yes, you are. But, yeah, you're always going to hear about how Miss Lanny. You're going to hear about her acting job and fans of the show being angry that she didn't win an Emmy for the first 3 seasons she was on the show. There's a reason. I mean, she is startlingly good. And again, it's a show about clones. It's a show with a little kid. It's a show where her adoptive brother is gay. It's a show where there's a lot of accents. She has to master a bunch of different accents. This could be the worst show on television if played wrong. Easily the worst show in the history of television if played wrong. If the casting was done wrong, if the writing wasn't on point, you're looking at one of the worst, most abysmal shows ever. And yet it works. Because when science fiction shows don't work, they're awful. But when they work, and they work like this, it's fantastic. And it's that reason that I honestly look at Orphan Black, and I think on some level I prefer it to Doctor Who. I love Orphan Black. It is amazing. I love Doctor Who as well. It has its moments, and it really drags me in time after time after time. But it doesn't do it as consistently as Orphan Black. There are episodes of Doctor Who you can just take out, and you're fine. Orphan Black, you really can't. And I say that even though season 3 was kind of a down note. And it's hard to explain, but I know when Yvonne and I got together, I bought season 3. Because I'm like, I have to have every season. There are things that happen in season 3 that are very, very important to the storyline. So I have to have season 3. But it is a weaker season, and yet season 4 was just so fantastic. It was like they realized season 3 kind of lacked, so season 4 goes right back to the basics of the show. And yet it adds more clones. The whole way along they add more clones. And you're like, okay, this has to be the last. Nope, not the last clone. But what I really like that they're doing, my favorite thing that they're doing, sorry, sweetie, I gotta put you there. You're gonna turn the camera off. She's kissing up on the computer, and she's eventually gonna hit the wrong button and kill this video. But the 5th season is the finish. The 5th season is intended to be the finish. Sorry, sweetie, I can't right now. And it's a big part of the reason why this show is so fantastic. There's an end point. There's an end game. And there's an end game right from the start. And it's not like Lost. It's not like a lot of these other shows where they have this mystery and then they change the mystery. Orphan Black has been pretty true to its vision from the start. And I haven't seen very much that I've gone, well, wait, that counteracts everything that's happened to this point. Well, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I haven't really had those moments. There have been a few that I've kind of scratched my head and gone, well, that doesn't make any sense for that character to do that. But those are minor quibbles. So, though I've talked about the show before, I'm just saying that on a review of watching season 1, sitting next to Yvonne, somebody who's never watched it before, it's fresh. And I hit an episode where And again, I don't want to do spoilers because if you haven't watched it, I'm trying to get you to watch it. Where one of the characters gets hit by a car. I'm not saying which one. And then the closing credits come up. And Yvonne said, well, crap. I said, yeah, you're hooked. I was so happy. I was like, oh, you're hooked. Because she wants to know what happens next. If she didn't like the show, she'd be like, oh, somebody got hit by a car. Yay. Another plot twist. And it's so out of the blue and it's so unexpected. And you're like, wait, what just happened? And then I remember watching it when I first discovered the show, and the way I discovered the show was to buy seasons 1 and 2 and just watch them because I'd read enough reviews to know I was going to enjoy it. So I bought seasons 1 and 2 and just watched them quickly. And I watched the episode where somebody gets hit by a car, and I'm like, no. And even though it was late, I probably should have gone to bed. I'm like, we're not ending there. And I pulled the disc out, put the next disc, and I'm like, I'm watching the next one. We're not ending there. That's not right. That's stupid. And I just kept rolling. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't gush enough about how great it is. I mean, it's rated 14A. There's some butts in it. There's really anything else in it. You see Miss Lanny's butt a couple of times. I think, yeah, you see Paul's a couple of times. I think part of the funny thing looking back is the play between Sarah and Paul. Paul being a former military guy, the chiseled good looks and all that. And just his character really evolves and is fun. And there's an arc in his character in the way it's played, and it is pretty fantastic. The only character I really don't care for is Vic. Vic's the one right here. I don't like him. You honestly could have done without him right from the start. I didn't think he brought anything to the show as a character. The acting was fantastic. He genuinely creeped me out anytime he was on the screen. And there was some plot development through his character, but I always thought it could have been achieved in other ways. Anyways, I just figured I would share that before I talk about hockey tonight because I care about it that much. I should go and do my hockey stuff now because it's normally what I do. But I wanted to share my love of Orphan Black first because, the last couple of weeks, Yvonne and I have been watching this, and she's really got into it now. So we've already talked about getting her best friend into it. She informed me that her best friend resists being influenced on what shows to watch. I'm like, okay, Orphan Black is different than other shows. It is fun and different and weird, but it's not hard to get into. It's not hard to understand, and it very slowly feeds you the information, so you're learning with Sarah what's going on. So Sarah is the viewer. You're seeing it through Sarah's eyes as Sarah's brought into this world step by step by step. At the start, she has no idea there's clones. No idea. And during the season, as the season rolls on, and when Allison, who plays the soccer mom, and she is this sweet, innocent girl on the outside, and when she finally flips and loses it, it's amazing. Allison is the craziest of all the clones. That includes Helena. And she's amazing at the same time. So watching her evolve again, and I know where it ends up in season 4, and I just have so much fun knowing I'm going to get back there. And then season 5 is going to be coming up shortly after that. I'm just so stoked right now. So stoked. And yeah, so you can buy it on eBay. It's cheap. If Yvonne's best friend's watching this, you know who you are, Keisha. Won't say your name on the video, though. Totally understand that. I'll just lend you the DVDs after we're done with them, and you can watch it. Because, wow, just insane. Great show. Alright, I'm done for now. Gonna go talk about some hockey. Get my hockey on. And thanks for being subscribers to this channel. There's 77 subscribers last I checked, which is awesome since I haven't done a video for weeks. So I figured to reward the 77 signees, I am going to post something just so you realize, no, I'm not dead. I'm still out here. And I'm not just posting for hockey. I just haven't been watching much outside of politics and hockey lately, because politics is kind of Armageddon, and the hockey kind of takes my mind off of Armageddon. So there hasn't been a whole lot else I've been wanting to watch, other than How the Universe Works. And How the Universe Works isn't really a show I can review. I can't very well come in and do a review on an episode about gas giants and vampire stars, and that I just recommend watching How the Universe Works. I guess I'll recommend that now in my Orphan Black video, because whatever. So yeah, if you're just browsing through, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. I will talk to you all again soon.